Okay, I'm going to review this vacuum sanding pole. No dust, no mess, dust-free sanding, it says. This one's made by Richard, called a vac pole. Okay, someone's coughing. Time to get out of here. So this sander just threads onto a regular broom handle or a painting pole. And then the vacuum hose hooks onto there and it comes out here. And then this is all gridded to let the air pass through and into the vacuum tunnel. So the hose fits there, and then the hose will run to your vacuum and it'll work with any sort of shop vac. Okay, and right here you have these little dials, and there's a hole behind them to the vacuum tube, and this will adjust your suction, because you could close off your suction like that, or you could halfway open it or fully open it. Okay, so I'm using this type of perforated paper. I don't know the brand of this, but you can also use the Richard perforated paper, which is almost identical. Or you could use this type of paper that I found at Home Depot. You could also use a screen type paper, but I find that this type of paper is only suitable for sanding between coats or sanding paint. Anything but the finished coat of drywall. If you try it on the finished coat of drywall, you'll mark it all up. You'll never get a surface that's smooth enough for paint using the grid. This perforated sandpaper leaves a really nice finish. So it will go in there, and then you'll just tighten those up. Okay, so now we're going to try a little test sanding this wall. And I'm going to stop periodically and let you know what I'm thinking. Okay, so I sanded this flat joint, and I did notice a little bit of dust leaving, but it wasn't a whole lot, hardly noticeable. And the one problem I encountered was the suction was pulling the sander so tight against the wall that when I went to go move it, it was bouncing and jittering, and I couldn't get smooth strokes with it. So what I'm going to try is I'm going to open these dials up and take off a little bit of that suction and see if that changes anything. Okay, so that worked much better. I was able to pass that across the wall much easier, but I noticed more dust was coming out. Maybe 10%, 10 10% of the dust wasn't being captured, because you've seen this. Now let's look how much dust comes out with no vacuum. I don't know if the camera, if you can see that, all that dust falling. It's a lot of dust. Now I'm going to turn the vacuum on. You can kind of see a little bit. I see. I could kind of see a little bit falling, about 10% or so, and I could see kind of a cloud of dust forming around it, but I've seen a lot of it just being pulled back in. Definitely you need to find that compromise between the movability of your sander on the wall and how much dust you're going to capture, so you can't have the best of both worlds with this. Okay, so let's try sanding an inside corner and see how that works. Okay, before I sand an inside corner, I want to align this sandpaper flush with that. So I'm going to loosen that, and then I'm going to shift that down. And then I'm going to do the same with the other side. Okay, so now I can go into that corner without gouging the adjacent side. So I found that much harder. It was almost impossible to right up into the corner like that. It seemed to really increase the suction, and I could barely move it. And I already have it dialed open or it's already at the minimum suction. And I actually have my vacuum has settings, and I have the vacuum at minimum suction as well. But it was gathering up all the dust. I didn't see any dust. One little hack that I learned that you can do, I haven't done it yet with this vacuum, is you can take a drill and you can drill a few little holes and then cover those holes with tape and then remove the tape as you want to further decrease the suction. So it just gives you more manual control over the suction, just like this does here. But you want more suction decrease. And I would suggest that if you were trying to sand an inside corner, because I found it just kind of impossible to do it the way it is right now. And it's definitely much slower than a regular pull sander. You'll never get the speed, even on the flats, that you could with a regular pull sander. The suction just slows you down. I think that this sander is more suitable for small patches and just little remodel work than trying to do, you know, a whole new drywall room. And especially I would never try to sand a new house at the drywall stage with this. It would just take 10 times as long. But I think this sander has a really good purpose for sanding patches and just small remodels or single walls. I might use it for sanding in an occupied home if I was working in a kitchen or a bathroom or some sort of small little project like that. But I would never try to tackle a large new construction house with this type of sander. It would just take way too long. I'd rather use a regular sander and put on a dust mask.
Oh, just put in there.